What's going on, sports fans? Coming out with you another video today. We are going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys and their debacle, right? So, the Dallas Cowboys lost out on Ben Johnson. They fired Mike McCarthy because they couldn't come to terms with how long the contract they wanted. The Cowboys wanted it for a short period of time. McCarthy wanted, no, I want 5 years or something like that. So, he's gone. All points lead to possibly McCarthy going to the Saints, which, in my opinion, I think is a absolutely good hire for them. But today's video is about the Cowboys and Jerry World. And the rumors are out that they are possibly going to hire Brian Schottenheimer as their head coach. And I know a lot of Cowboys fans do not like this idea. They're like, Deion Sanders is out there. Last year we could have got Bill Belichick. Well, that was last year. That's not this year. And I can tell you right now, a lot of Cowboys fans are not happy. My next door neighbor is a Cowboys fan. One of my best friends is a Cowboys fan. And they are not happy. They are not happy. Because you need somebody who could come in like a Jimmy Johnson that will butt heads with Jerry. With Jerry, because you are in Jerry's world. So, I'll tell you this right now. Whoever takes this job is going to have one hell of a problem on their hands. Because Jerry Jones loves to sell tickets to the training facility where you are practicing. And of course, we all know Jerry Jones is, stadium, the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, AT&T Stadium, aka Jerry World, is also has a collection of the most expensive artwork. I believe it is totaled at or valued at like $100 million. So when you go to the stadium, you're also going to an art museum, and you got to be very quiet. But I can tell you right now, Brian Schottenheimer as their head coach, not a good idea, not a good look. It really isn't. And I'm not dogging this kid. I really don't know much about him. Now, I know about his dad. I know his dad was a very good head coach. But I can tell you this right now. There are a lot of coordinators that do not make good head coaches. And in my opinion, from what I've heard from Stephen A. Smith, from Nick Wright, from a whole bunch of other commentators, this is not a good idea. This is not a good pick. Again, you've got Deion Sanders out there, but you would have to do the buyout with his contract, and we all know Jerry Jones doesn't like to spend that kind of money on, important things, in my opinion. But you also got the head coach from Notre Dame. Why isn't nobody talking about him? Look what he did with Notre Dame. That would be a good pick, in my opinion. But Brian Schottenheimer? Really? Really? The son of Marty Schottenheimer. Again, his dad was a great head coach. Never won a Super Bowl, but was a great head coach. I don't know how y'all feel about this, Cowboys fans, but again, a lot of the Cowboys fans that I know of, and especially living down here in Texas, there are a lot of them. A lot of them feel Jerry Jones needs to go. And he's the one that's ruining this team. Because you're going to have to come in and dealing with Dak Prescott, his monstrosity of the contract. You might lose Micah Parsons. You don't have a running back. You have CeeDee Lamb as your wide receiver, and that's it. You're losing your left tackle to retirement. Your defense needs to be completely rebuilt. Your offensive line is going to have to be rebuilt because of players retiring. You're going to have to build a run game. You're going to have to bring in a wide receiver to, take pressure off CeeDee Lamb. And then the big problem is Dak Prescott. Not only his contract, but you're going to have to figure out how are you going to make it to where you know every week what Dak Prescott you're going to get. Because right now you don't know. Week to week, you got a Dak Prescott that can play great. But next week, you got a Dak Prescott that could throw 4 to 5 interceptions. So you have no idea what kind of Dak Prescott you're going to get. And you need a head coach to come in there and build this up and not be afraid of Jerry Jones and not be afraid of butting heads with Jerry Jones. But we all know that that's not going to happen, especially with the problems he had before. And he wants to be the king of his domain. He wants to control every aspect to free agency, draft picks, staff, everything. And as a head coach, you're pretty much just sitting back like this going, okay, well, I guess I'll just call the plays and I hope Jerry Jones don't get mad at me. This is bad. This is bad for the Cowboys. You know, the once great organization of the Cowboys. You know, America's team. They ain't them no more. The Cowboys haven't been America's team since the 90s, over 30 years. I mean, you have a rookie quarterback right now that has more wins in the playoffs than Dak Prescott does. Think about that. Think about that. You have a rookie quarterback in the NFC Championship that's gone further than Dak Prescott's ever gone. And they just gave him a 4-year, $240 million contract, totaling out to $60 million a year. That is eating a ton of your cap space. Mike Parsons needs to be signed. You got to sign a left tackle. You got to bring in another wide receiver. You got to bring in a running back. You got to build up your defense. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money they ain't got. Not with CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott's contract. That's a lot of money you ain't got. So you're going to have to build this team in Jerry's image and not be afraid to butt heads with him. And is Brian Schottenheimer the guy? No, he's not. I mean, he's just not. In my opinion, anyway. And of course, I'm a Broncos fan. I'm not a diehard Cowboys fan. Never have been, never will be. But this is bad for the Cowboys. This is bad. This is bad. And I know, I've seen Stephen A. Smith talk about this, and he ain't happy. He is not happy. I know a lot of fans that aren't happy. I mean, seriously, Skip Bayless, all the controversy surrounding him and everything, but let's just talk about football with him. And we all know he's a diehard Cowboys fan. He does not like it at all. He does not like it. But as Cowboys fans out there, you guys have got to be sitting back going, why, Jerry, why? We could have got Bill Belichick last year. But they didn't. And, they're right now going, well, why don't we go get Dion? Why don't we go get Dion? Pay the damn buyout on his contract and bring Deion Sanders in. Because, again, Dion has a very good relationship with Jerry Jones, so it would be an easier mesh. Because Dion could go to Jerry and go, hey, J-Man, look, I know this is your team, but let me do this. And most likely it could work. It really could. But Brian Schottenheimer, no, he doesn't have the clout to do that with Jerry Jones. And again, you're in Jerry world. Once you go into the Cowboys organization, you know you are in Jerry's world. And Jerry runs everything in his world. I mean, the same guy that wanted to draft Johnny Manziel. It's the same guy running the Dallas Cowboys. A lot of people don't remember that he was hell-bent on drafting Johnny Manziel. So that would have been a disaster. That would have put your guys' organization back further than it already is now. I mean, you were dealing with a division that has the Philadelphia Eagles with Jalen Hurts. You've got the Washington Commanders with Jalen Daniels. And if you want to win your division, in that division, you have to bring in somebody that knows what the hell they're doing. And you have to bring in somebody that can bring in the talent. Because right now, Dallas is not a free agent market. Nobody really wants to go to Jerry World because they know what they have to deal with. Players talk. And when you get former Cowboys, they're like, hey, man, you don't want to go there because, when we're out there trying to practice for the game, we got to worry about freaking rows of people walking through our practice facility because they paid for it. So our attention is divided. So right now, the Dallas Cowboys are in complete shambles. The Dallas Cowboys are I'm going to say it, and I know I'm going to get hate for it. The Dallas Cowboys are a dumpster fire right now because they don't know what they're doing. The Dallas Cowboys have problems, and I don't know if they're going to get fixed anytime soon. I really don't. I honestly couldn't tell you if they're going to get fixed or not. And I can tell you this right now. Brian Schottenheimer is not the guy to fix it. He is not the guy. Bill Belichick would have went in and looked at Jerry Jones straight in the eye and said, this is my team. I run it my way. Sit in your owner box and shut the hell up. And I tell you, that's why they did not hire him. But let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below, sports fans. I hope you guys enjoy my content. Let me know how you feel. I want to know. We're building a community. This is a safe space for sports fans that are sick and tired of these owners ruining their teams. So let me know what you think. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace!